character, Kim Jong-il, as conceived of by Trey and Matt, is a cartoon character of the equal of Elmer Fudd or Bugs Bunny or Yosemite Sam, I guess. He's sort of angry and you love him at the same time.
If you read anything about Kim Jong-il, he is a fascinating figure.
We actually didn't even do him justice.
Nobody does.
We really thought he'd make a great puppet, and once we decided he was our villain, everyone really jumped on it. You know, they all started reading about him, and he, like we said, he has so many, you know, you didn't have to make this stuff up.
And it's such a secretive country, North Korea, that no one actually knows what his palace looks like. There's a lot you can also invent. There's a lot of blanks to fill in.
We've been through this a dozen times. I don't have any weapons of mass destruction, okay, hon?
Kim Jong started out where we did a concept sculptural sketch, which we showed to Trey. And Trey is great because he knows immediately what he likes. So I showed him the first sketch and there wasn't something quite right. So I went back to the shop and looked at more research of Kim Jong and tried to take his characteristic trademark elements. And then Trey indicated where he wanted some, like that jowly look Kim has, and he liked that real frowny mouth. So I went back and incorporated those changes, but we realized since Kim had such a sharp frown, we'd have to sculpt another head that had a smile. So there are basically two heads for Kim Jong.
The script is the ultimate driving force for any character, but in the case of Kim Jong-il, some of the research that we did told us early on that he's a gourmet, he really likes good food, he likes Hennessy cognac, and there's a scene where he shoots his translator in the head. And when I heard that he drank cognac, I was listening to a Snoop Dogg tape, and I decided that Kim Jong-il just really wanted to be a gangster rapper. So I decided that the best handgun for Kim Jong-il would be an Israeli-made Desert Eagle that was nickel-plated, because I just wanted him to have the biggest gangster gat he could possibly have to shoot this puppet in the head with. With Kim Jong-il, our greatest challenge was, and I know this might not sound like much, but it was his glasses, because they're an integral part to his character, and Trey wanted them to kind of be oversized and a little comical to play up how Kim Jong-il is a little insecure about himself in this film, and that's motivating him to destroy the world. The glasses that we created are probably one of the most expensive pair of glasses I've ever had in my hands. Craig Curry, a really talented builder, has made all of our glasses basically for this movie, the ones that we couldn't buy from doll companies around the country. And we had special lenses milled so that the focal point was perfectly in front of Kim Jong-il's eyes, and they had a thickness that we had 3 different thicknesses that we showed to Trey so that he could kind of see the magnification and the distortion that he wanted. We had to build a pair for Bill Pope, our director of photography, that instead of being straight up and down like this, pitched forward a little bit so that the lenses wouldn't create a ton of glare. So we actually have a couple different versions of those glasses that we can put in depending on the lighting situation. So we have probably at this point at least 4 pair of his glasses.
Why aren't more people intelligent, like me?
We always had this idea of Kim Jong-il singing a song about him being lonely, and I had written it really early on, and we just really liked the song.
I'm so lonely, so lonely, so lonely and sad, real alone.
I actually think if the real Kim Jong-il ever sees that, he'll probably start crying, because
He'll
I'm
break
pretty
out-
sure
he'll
it's
break out in
exactly
tears.
how he feels.
I'm lonely, a little lonely.
He is a huge movie buff. This is true. He has a personal library of like 25,000 movies, and he probably will see this movie and cry.
He kidnapped a director in South Korea, brought him to North Korea, and forced him to teach him how to direct movies and direct a movie.
Kim Jong-il has directed a few movies in North Korea, and when Madeleine Albright went to North Korea in 1998, I think it was, he put on a big show for her in this big stadium in Pyongyang. He choreographed it all and wrote the music.
And so that's what we based the third act on, was basically like him having this big show. And
I think people will think we made it up, his love for drama and musicals, but we didn't. It's absolutely true.
in fact, my dream is that if we can get I'm So Lonely nominated for an Oscar, that he comes and performs it at the Oscars.
I'm so lonely.